Hey, welcome folks. This is Babbaginator. It's New Year's Eve. I'm not certain if we're streaming all the way to the end of New Year's Eve. Might do a shorter stream because I just flew back today, so I'm a little tired. But it's been a few weeks, so I feel like we really should do some streaming. So we're going to do Interloper. This is just a fun run. We are doing Astrid as always. Stick with our favorites here. Leave the cougar in. And yeah. Is it 2026 New Year's Eve or 2025 New Year's Eve? All right, so we'll call it New Year's Eve 2025, 2026. Keep it simple. I'm not certain who's going to be on tonight. Yeah, I do know my YouTube, streaming to YouTube has gone a little wonky, and I'm too lazy to fix it tonight. So, no, that's a pain. Okay, so yeah, the YouTube backup is not going to work. So, apologies to anyone who was hoping to catch me on YouTube. We may have to just manually upload that. Okay, folks. We are... I think it's Hush River. Yeah, it's Hush River. So in theory, this is a great start. I just usually botch it. Can we get around this? No. No, it's far enough down that you just fall off, so we can't do this one. Well, you could try to do this. Kind of wall walk it up here. See if you can get high enough. But I don't think we can. So let's count that as a no. We're not going to go anywhere there. Hush River Valley. Hush River Valley. Come on, folks. We can do this. Yeah. How's everyone doing? It's been a few weeks. I went back to Saskatchewan. Also did a job interview and a second round job interview. Things are, I mean, they're promising, but at the same time, no guarantees. I have to wait until probably end of next week to know for certain if I get the job. If I get the job, it means I am moving cross country to Toronto. I don't get the job, it means I'm moving cross country back to Saskatchewan. So one way or another, we are moving. Okay. Trying to remember what the path is to get down there. But no, you can't do it there.
Starting to feel numb.
It's all sorts of places where things could go wrong. I'm terrible at Hush River, by the way, if you haven't noticed. I do well in most regions, but unless I know where I'm going, Hush River is kind of a nightmare. We know we want to go down. We want to descend as quickly as we can, but this is probably going to go badly because it's getting dark. See here. Uh-oh. Okay, we did make it down. We just have to find the little cave, which I believe is this one. Okay, extra cam, matches. That's the good life, folks. Some coal. If we only had a bedroll, we'd be set. But let's start by building ourselves a little fire. You don't really love this. 60. Let's see what happens. First try. We'll take that. Okay, we'll use our time here to do a little water boiling. Pull some torches. Some of these are worse than others. Oh, you know what I forgot? See, I haven't been streaming in a few weeks until I forgot to send out the oops. Hold on a second. I forgot to post the note that we are streaming tonight. Yeah, forgot to post to my socials that we are streaming tonight. So hopefully we can pick up a few more people this way too. Yeah, welcome back everyone. We're just enjoying see if we can find more coal here. Yeah, it's too gusty out there. We don't want to lose our torch in this. Currently have 6. Don't mind me, I'm going to have a little snack here. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been in Saskatchewan, which gives us a pretty good taste of what the long dark is like. Although it got pretty cold. I think the coldest it got was like, with wind chill, feels like minus 30 something. But the worst weather is really in February. So we still got that ahead. Hey, welcome in, Tor Muse. It's been a while. I've been away on vacation. Good to see you, Tor Muse. See if all that's working. Maybe not. Maybe we have to re-log in.
Are those?
We have to re-log in.
Holy heckin' moly!
Dashboard.
I know what's going in the thumbnail. Okay, no. Stay focused.
No, actually, when we want.
Glass tube. Somewhere. I don't care. Is that close enough?
What?
Okay, it's got power. Where's the hatch? Hatch. Click the hatch. Click the hatch button. Build the hatch. Build it. Get in there. Get in there fast. Go. I'm sorry. This is freaking me the heck out. With that freaking sea dragon right on top of me, like, I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm a little freaked out right now.
Oh, it did activate. Okay. Okay, welcome in, folks. I'm Babbaginator. Or you could just call me Baba. That's fine. Just a little bit about me. I'm a writer. I'm a former computer games programmer. I'm a creative writing coach and manuscript editor. I'm the author of 2 books of poetry. And most recently, I have just graduated with my 4th degree. This one is a Master's in Library and Information Science. So I'm a data librarian, among other things. So let's see, there's only 13 minutes left on this. Question, it's still windy out there. I think we're gonna try to wait for the wind to die down and then find another cave to explore. This is kind of crappy though. 22 more minutes. Okay, yeah, I'm not planning to do a super late stream tonight because I literally got back like 2 hours ago. Got off my flight, so I am a little tired. Not super tired, but I do feel like it's been at least 2 weeks since my last stream, so kind of want to be back in here. I've missed it. And our last stream ended so terribly with like our tournament run getting squashed again right at the very end. It was awful. So we picked a fight with a bear, which we won, and then decided that there were some wolves we wanted to pick on, except for I hadn't noticed they were timber wolves because we were in Timberwolf Mountain, which now actually occasionally has a Timberwolf pack. And so they weren't just normal wolves. They ganged up and took me down. I tried my best to take them out, but I was just too low in condition starting in that fight. It was a bad idea. Yeah, I'm like totally doing nothing. I'm just like, I traveled today and that was it. um, my roommate is out with friends tonight and then gets back. And they said they're not going to be out for the whole night. So I don't think they're planning to do like a late. Well, that's what they say. Now, what actually happens may be completely different. Okay, sounds like the wind has died down, which means we can actually get out of here. Imagine that. Okay. Oh, extra coal. Which one are we going to search first? I guess we're closest to this one. We might double back. Should we do the one over here first? I don't know. We're already over here. We'll look for the waterfall here. Do this one. Can't remember which one has the bedroll in it. But I think it's actually the other one. I think it's the one we're not going to right now, which is dumb of me. But hey. Yeah, Timberwolves in Timberwolf Mountain. Who'd have thunk it? Nah, this is just like the challenge run I was doing ended badly before my vacation, and I haven't had time to think about what the next challenge is going to be. I think 2026 will probably kick off with another challenge yet to be to be determined whether we go back and we try a fresh attempt at doing roll with it, which is always fun, or we come up with something crazy. Well, this is just vanilla Loper here. Right. We'll just see how well we can do in the time that we have. So we're still on day 0 here. Funny. Okay. Master doesn't have much in the way of clothes right now. Yeah, I figured. Doesn't work. Yeah, I don't think I've done a roll with it challenge with the cougar. The cougar really messes up the roll with it challenge. Did I forget to take that off? I forgot to take that off. Oh no. Poor Astrid wandered around with wet undies. Not good. We'll take that. Extra pair of jeans. Still absolutely soaked. This is what happens when you're too modest as a skinny dipper and insist on wearing your undies. Yeah. Where are we going? Does that go nowhere? Maybe that goes nowhere. That was a stupid move. Okay. I thought that was one of the turns that actually went somewhere. Apparently not. Was there another cache up here? No, there isn't. So we were just here. That was a complete dead end, right? We went all the way down here, and it turned out that this was a dead end. Doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, okay. So I think we go back to the entrance and we warm up, and then we go out again. Nope. Fail. Oh, well. We're not doing too hot here. That's the way we... You know what? I give up. We're just going to go this way. Because I think this is the direction where the bedroll is. Yeah, it definitely is determined to waste my matches. Oh, the wolf moved on. Okay, I don't see the wolf here. Maybe he'll show up again. Oh, I hear him. So, how was your holiday break, Tormuse? Are you still going on holiday, or does it all start up again in the new year? Do you start automatically on the 1st, or you got until the 5th? For me, I am... My job that I've been working at for the last little while, last, I guess, year and a half, concludes tonight. My contract ends tonight. And so that is one of many reasons why I have to pick up and move. Because it was ultimately just a graduate student role. And 6 months after graduation, I'm not allowed to keep the role. So I can keep it for a little bit, but I can't keep it forever. Nor does it pay well enough to make it like a permanent role. I would not, yeah. It's barely livable, right? It's better than most graduate student pay, but it's not something you could live on long term. Not for the hours that they kind of allot for me. So yeah, I've been moving stuff. My mother came out for graduation, and I sent her back with a big luggage baggage, big suitcase full of extra clothes. And then when I went back for Christmas, I also took a load of an extra thing of clothes. And are we going in the right direction? I think we are. So, been trying to winnow things down into the bare minimum that I need, that I can fit into my car when I drive, when I leave, you know. It's looking like by the 3rd week of January, I'm going to be gone. Might be sooner. My roommate would like to be out of here the 2nd week of January. In fact, technically, we'll be, relocating for sleeping purposes in the new place, which is much closer to campus for them. So, they'll be around a little bit on the weekend, but not. Well, they're around this week, and then they're gone. Yeah. So it's a little strange. It's like I've gotten used to living with someone, and then I'll have to, if I get the job, then I'll be on my own for a little bit until I think my mother wants to sell her place and move out to Toronto. If I don't get the Toronto job, then I'm moving back home. But my mother still wants to move someplace. And we'll have to figure out the logistics of how to make that work. But she's getting tired of like taking care of a house on her own, so totally understandable. Yeah, I already did the campus visit, so this is round 2 interview. Campus visit with U of T. I think it went reasonably well, but I have this worry, this anxiety about the fact that, I'm not there already. So this means, I guess my big concern is, are they going to value someone that lives locally and can guarantee a February 1st start? And be up and running without having to worry about looking for housing and getting set up in a new place and all these other things. Especially given that the role is it's a term limited role. It's a 1-year position. So yeah, I don't know. I also don't know if someone is if the other finalists include people who have already worked with them, whether at that specific library or in part of the larger ecosystem of the libraries there, and is a known quantity. Like they would say, oh, I know what it's like to work with this person. This is who we want to work with. I didn't see a bedroll. Maybe we missed it. I'm feeling like we're not doing great here. We've probably missed a few things already.
It's so cold. I just want to lay down.
Yeah, so it's like someone that came through the program at their university, already has like a network and is already trained specifically for the type of things that they're looking for, is my understanding. So yeah, I think I'm clearly a strong second choice. I just don't know if I am the top choice. But I figure, they're going to not be back in the office until the 5th. And then if there is an offer, there's still going to be a little bit of lag time while it goes through HR and other things to get it together. And then even after I sign, there would still be some... Well, once I sign, I will, that's when I can clearly make solid plans as to my next steps. But until I know for certain where I'm going, it's a little tricky. I spent my Christmas break packing up my room back home in Saskatchewan and packing up all my personal library. So it was like a total of 39 boxes of books. Plus I have about another 6 or 7 boxes here. So that's a lot of books. And if I move out there for a 1-year position, I better find something else. Otherwise, I don't know. Just seems... Do I want to commit to moving completely out there? Do I want to move out there on a temporary basis and tell my mother that she shouldn't be looking for a place, that we shouldn't be looking for a place in Toronto until I have a permanent role, but she's really anxious about, oh, here we go.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay, let's start a fire here. Still another minute to midnight. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and light this fire. Okay. Let's drop this thing. Let's drop this thing. Where's our super wet clothes? Happy New Year! Yay, have fun out there. Oops. Oh, that was dog food. Doesn't need to be cooked. We're getting there. Not very close, is it?
God, I'm starving.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. $14 plus another 30, so 45 minutes. Oh, we did have pork and beans. Okay. Well, welcome to 2026. So those of you on the east side, East Coast folks. Okay, let's see. We want to leave this guy and this guy. I'm going to go over here. So yeah, so the job is done. So I have no more work. Yeah, I found my bedroll. And a hacksaw. It's all good news. We'll do 7 hours here. So yeah, so I'm going to, in some sense, have more time on my hands. But at the same time, I've got to spend that time getting things. It looks like my roommate's new place does not have enough room for some of the items of furniture we thought they would take with them. So that means, let's see, that means I'm going to have to find people interested in taking those items. So selling. Or see if my landlord's willing to take some things. Like, I'm wondering if they'd be interested in my bed and my desk. My desk is just an IKEA desk that it's just a table that just has screw-on legs, you know. It's super basic and very portable. So I'm a big fan of very portable. Too windy for us out here. Hear it all gusty, gusty. Okay, yeah, happy to read a poem. Trickier right now since I packed up most of my poetry books. I think the only things that I have left right now, I have my own stuff, and I have, let's see. Yeah, in terms of poetry, I've pretty much got everything packed up, so we'll have to look up some things if it's someone else's work, and if it is mine, I can still do that. But let's start a poem with a year. Let's start a poem with a year. Let's go with that. Now, thinking about what we could do here. Okay, let's choose something appropriate for the new year. Okay, so this kind of is a New Year poem, I think. I mean, it's got some of that reference. The Shape of Things. This is from my first book from The Lost Country of Sight, published by Anhinga Press, 2008, winner of the Philip Levine Prize. And yeah, so we'll read The Shape of Things. Nothing about us that we can see is permanent, or so it seems now that the great walls are gone, save only a few remnants of the ones the Romans raised with stone and mortar. What the wind does not take away, it conceals behind a magician's screen, all fire and mirrors, the blackening sky and the strained length of cloud, mere echoes of last year's lines carved by the farmer with his plow. The black dress hung in the rafters could easily fade and mingle with dust, but something of its shadow remains. How loss clings to a shape, how it loves a form, like water, or the late summer rain which cannot halt the last leaf's fall, but blesses the oak nonetheless, a consolation of sorts, a farewell the color of lightning and flame, whatever it is that having filled its measure must ultimately overflow. Okay. Kind of new-ish, maybe? I don't know. But thanks for the request. Yeah, let's sit around here and boil more water. Oh, we have a can opener now. That's right. Now we really have too many cans. Oh, it wouldn't be a new year without us getting... Yes, getting spam already. Oh, is it? That's not what we want. We want to block. And then refresh. Okay, we're back. You still see the bot message here. It's blocked on, it's gone on mine. Huh. Maybe I need to do something different to get rid of them. Maybe when I block, it only blocks it from showing up on my feed, but it's not the same as banning. Yeah, let me see. Maybe try this again. Yeah, normally they should disappear, but I don't know why. Hey Roller, Happy New Year, if it's already New Year for you. It's not New Year yet. Happy New Beer. I don't drink beer either, so yeah. What was I gonna do here? We are pretty much set right now. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do the full, like, all the way up to New Year's myself. I flew back today from Saskatchewan. Well, it's a 2-hour flight. It's not too bad. But it's been kind of a hectic little bit. And I may take it easy. Wait, do we want to just go out of here? Try to get to the exit. We have a bedroll, and we have a hacksaw. We have a coat. We have extra matches. We don't have mitts. Yeah. My mother's spending New Year's Eve making shepherd's pie and watching the CBC countdown. And everyone's got their own tradition. Oh, we still have the guts on us. That's why he's following us. Right, I think I still have... Yeah, I still have everything. It's going to be eager. Uh-oh. Might just have to give up on carrying their guts around. We can get ourselves some deer right here. Is this where the cave is? The cave is not here. The cave is over a little bit more. Whoa! Welcome in! Wow, big raid. Welcome in, Hyperman. Hey, Happy New Year, if it's already New Year. Welcome in, Raiders.
And you'd be like...
We are just doing kind of a very local run for the New Year's. My tournament run ended disastrously just before I left on my vacation, so I was like, got back, it's like, I'm not starting a new tournament run since the tournament's already over, so. Yep.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
But this is just kind of a compensation run to make up for the fact that the last 2 weeks I've been not streaming because I was back home and not really well set up to stream, and also wanted to spend quality time with family, you know, that type of thing. Let's get underway here. Let's get some venison on the rocks. So, is it already New Year's for you, Hyperman? Hyperman. Yeah, it's still a little bit less than 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes away. I am not going to be streaming that whole time. I'm just on for a little bit tonight because I wanted to be on, but I think I'm going to also probably just chill instead of streaming, doing a massively long stream tonight. We started off with this is a brand new Loper run. We're probably day 1 right now. And we spawned in Hush River Valley, and despite some initial wandering around, getting lost inside of one of the ice caves, it's mostly looking good. We did get to the right cave and find our bedroll and hacksaw, so we are on the right path. But yeah, take care, Hyperman. So Raiders, yeah, I'm Babbaginator, but most people just call me Baba. Yeah, here's a little bio about me. I am a writer. I am the author of 2 books of poetry. I am also a former computer games programmer. And what else? Most recently, I just completed a master's in library and information science, which basically makes me prepared for a career as a data librarian, where that's really my particular focus, academic libraries and data librarianship, which is kind of a good way for me to combine my background in computer science with my academic training. I also have a PhD in literature and creative writing. Can't have nice things, can we? Well, don't have a flare. I think we have to come back for this. No. Or do we want to just take our chances and see what we can grab? It's just a... It's going to be fun. We're looking for the cave in the middle of a blizzard. Not recommended. That's not our cave. Uh-oh. We have missed it. We overshot it. And this is not wind blocked.
Sure getting cold. Damn, I'm freezing.
I think we're really close. Just have to get down. Yeah. Woohoo! We found it.
Come on. Come on, little fire. Come on.
So I was gone for 2 weeks, and I'm moving probably in about 2 weeks. So my fridge is pretty empty right now. So I think tomorrow I'm going to have to do a little bit of shopping. That was a tiny bit of shopping to get me through the next couple weeks. I left Saskatchewan, which is where I spent Christmas. And like earlier today, when I was getting ready to leave, I realized that the jeans I was wearing had a seam that had ripped, and there was like no time to stitch it up, to patch it up. So I just left it back there, and I wore my. I have some like insulated or lined pants for winter, which you really don't need in Vancouver, but I will need when I'm driving across country. in the event that something happens, or even if I step out of the car and have to deal with something, I'd rather have a little bit warmer clothes for that. And so I wore those back, thinking I had another pair of jeans waiting for me back here. But I'd already packed up most of my pants and brought them back to Saskatchewan. When I flew out there, 2 weeks ago, I had taken an extra, like a check bag that had all this extra clothing in it. And I thought I'd left myself a backup pair of jeans here, but I hadn't. So now, basically, I have like insulated or lined pants here, which I don't want to wear because they're a little bit too warm. And I may have to go buy another pair of jeans just so that I have something a little bit more versatile for the remaining, couple weeks here. Because I've got some summer weight pants, which just will not work for this weather. Jeans are like a pair of jeans is just good, versatile clothing. Hopefully I can find something that works. Oh, I was wondering if anyone's been watching the Fallout TV show, which is the new season's just started up again. Oh, hold on a second. Let me check on something. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, back. Yeah, so watching this season, and I am really enjoying sort of the geeky aspect of being able to watch and see locations from the game be replicated in the world, which I think is really fun. I think we might have to keep the fire going because it's so miserable out there. Yeah, what do other people think about this series? Is season 2 shaping up to be as strong as season 1? I'm 3 episodes in. Yeah, at this point it's still a little early. Some of the things I was a little concerned about in the second episode, I think have already been addressed in the third episode. So I think that's good. Yeah, the state of certain factions is interesting. Exactly. And I think like the Brotherhood is for me really see how fractured, the portrayal of the Brotherhood is. And at first, like, one of the gripes about, I've heard a few people complain about the second episode's portrayal of the Brotherhood. And but by the third episode, I think you're starting to realize that it can be, that there are sort of different factions within factions, and that kind of gets hammered home in a number of ways. What's the temperature? No, it feels like 45 right now, just because we happen to be... Okay, so I think we can probably get away, maybe sleeping. Try to sleep for 3 hours. See how we do. -1. So in the bedroll, we're fine. No, it's definitely too cold. Oops. Forgot about the water. Oops. Yeah. The other thing I've been kind of, I've watched a lot of over the last few weeks because it's very entertaining, is the Goes Wrong show, which is basically, it's about an amateur theater group that puts on a play every week, but it goes horribly, disastrously wrong. Everything that can't go wrong goes wrong in those shows. And it's very, very entertaining. There's lots of physical comedy, but there's also a lot of like well-written dialogue and other sort of fun twists and turns with how it plays out. Yeah. You know what? I think we're going to have to accept that we're not going to be able to get the guts through. Maybe we can get the guts through if we're really clever. We have to get by the bear if the bear is here. I don't think it's going to be an issue to deal with the wolves, but I think the bear is a problem. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. We'll just have the guts on us. I think one of the very meta things about watching the Goes Wrong show is it's a show in which actors are portraying other actors. The good actors are portraying. Nope, that was the wrong thing to do. No. Hey, let's bring in the new year with a bear mauling. Because I hit the wrong button, I dropped my torch instead of dropping the guts, and yeah. Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Bear. Happy New Bear. Crouch, crouch, crouch.
Feeling faint.
Let's see here. Let's do. Oh, we don't even have. No. Oh no! I applied it to the wrong thing. Oh no! We are so dead now. Yeah, we did that totally wrong. We are not going to make this. Oh, look at us! Right by the. We're just going to bleed out here. R.I.P. Oh, the bear's coming back for us.
It's all over.
So I did 2 critical errors here. 3 critical errors. 1, I forgot to ensure that I had bandages. Regardless, I should always have like 1 or 2 bandages on me. 2, I should have known, since I was entering bear territory, that I should have just dumped any excess meat and guts. And yeah. And 3, yeah, I've not been using my teas, which I should have been using. But yeah, we're gone. Goodbye, folks. Yeah, we had no bandages. We didn't make bandages, and we misapplied our antiseptic, so we're basically done. It's like, that was terrible. See, this is what happens. Go away for 2 weeks, and yeah. Well, you do stupid newbie mistakes. Okay. So that is us completely flailing on this. Well, we actually had a decent start, but we messed it up. I knew I was going to go into bear territory, and I just did not do what I was supposed to do. I got lazy, and I got greedy. I wanted to have guts early, and this was just a fun run, and it ended with the bear. So okay, so the question is, do we press on from here? Do we do something else? I'm trying to decide. Because I don't think I'm going to go. Let's see, we have a little bit of time until the next New Year's Eve for someone. Yeah, give it another try. Surprise random reading, maybe we can do that. Yeah, let's do something fun. Let us see. Yeah, we're gonna go check out Poetry Foundation and see what New Year's poems they recommend. Okay, so let's read some New Year poems for fun. This is a poem by... Oh, someone sent me... Oh, okay. New Year's wishes coming from afar. To the New Year by W.S. Merwin. With what stillness at last you appear in the valley, your first sunlight reaching down to touch the tips of a few high leaves that do not stir as though they had not noticed and did not know you at all. Then the voice of a dove calls from far away in itself to the hush of the morning. So this is the sound of you here and now. Whether or not anyone hears it, this is where we have come with our age, our knowledge such as it is, and our hopes such as they are, invisible before us, untouched and still possible. So that was To the New Year, W.S. Merwin. Who else has a good one here? This looks promising. Okay, Kim Adonisio, New Year's Day. The rain this morning falls on the last of the snow and will wash it away. I can smell the grass again and the torn leaves being eased down into the mud. The few loves I've been allowed to keep are still sleeping on the West Coast. Here in Virginia, I walk across the field with only a few young cows for company. Big-boned and shy, they are like girls I remember from junior high, who never spoke, who kept their heads lowered and their arms crossed against their new breasts. Those girls are nearly 40 now. Like me, they must sometimes stand at a window late at night, looking out on a silent backyard, at one rusting lawn chair, and the sheer walls of other people's houses, they must lie down some afternoons and cry hard for whoever used to make them happiest, and wonder how their lives have carried them this far without ever once explaining anything. I don't know why I'm walking out here, with my coat darkening, my boots sinking in, coming up with a mild sucking sound I like to hear. I don't care where those girls are now. Whatever they've made of it, they can have. Today, I want to resolve nothing. I only want to walk a little longer in the cold blessing of the rain and lift my face to it. Okay, so that was New Year's Day. Let's see, who else has a good one here? Evie Shockley, maybe? No, maybe not. December 31st, Richard Hoffman. All my undone actions wander naked across the calendar, a band of skinny hunter-gatherers, blown snow scattered here and there, stumbling towards a future folded in the new year I secure with a pushpin. January's picture, a painting from the 17th century, a still life. Skull and mirror, spilled coin purse, and a flower. A little bit more abstract. Okay. This is from Robert Hass, or Bob Hass to his close friends, after the gentle poet Kobayashi Isa, well-known Japanese poet, famous for haiku. New Year's morning, everything is in blossom. I feel about average. A huge frog and I, staring at each other. Neither of us moves. This moth saw brightness in a woman's chamber, burned to a crisp. Asked how old he was, the boy in the new kimono stretched out all 5 fingers. Blossoms at night, like people, moved by music. Napped half the day, no one punished me. 50th birthday. From now on, it's all clear profit, every sky. Don't worry, spiders. I keep house casually. These sea slugs, they don't seem Japanese. L. Bright autumn moon, pond snails crying in the saucepan. Okay. Oh, this looks promising. How about To the Garbage Collectors in Bloomington, Indiana, the first pickup of the new year? Let's see. Yeah, we could do this. To the Garbage Collectors in Bloomington, Indiana, the first pickup of the new year. Philip Appleman. The way bed is in winter, like an apron lap, like furry mittens, like childhood crouching under tables. The 9th day of Xmas, in the morning black outside our window, clattering cans, the whir of a hopper, shouts, a whistle, move on. I see them in my warm imagination, the way I'll see them later in the cold, heaving the huge cans and running to the next house on the street. My vestiges of muscle stir uneasily in their percale cocoon. What moves those men out there? What drives them running to the next house and the next? Halfway back to dream, I speculate. The social wheel? Let's make good old Bloomington a cleaner place to live in. Right, men? Hup! Ah! Healthy competition? Come on, boys, let's burn up that route today and beat those dudes on truck 13. Enlightened self-interest? Another can, another dollar. Don't slow down, Mac. I'm putting 3 kids through Princeton. or something else? Terror? A half hour later, dawn comes edging over Clark Street, layers of color laid out like flattened rainbow, red and yellow, green, and over that the black and blue of night still hanging on. Clark Street, maples wave their silhouettes against the red, and through the twiggy trees I see a solid chunk of garbage truck, and stick figures of men like wind-up toys, tossing little cans and running. All day they'll go like that, till dark again, and all day people fussing at their desks, at hot stoves, at machines will jettison tin cans, bare evergreens, damp Kleenex, all things that are Caesar's. Oh, garbage men, the new year greets you like the old. After this first run, you too may rest in beds like great warm apron laps and know that people everywhere have faith, putting from them all things of this world, they confidently bide your second coming. Okay, so that was Philip Appleman to the garbage collectors in Bloomington, Indiana, the first pickup of the new year. Okay, so we've done a few different New Year's poems. Okay, so a number of different things there. Should be a wide selection. Hopefully covers most people's taste. I don't know if we could find, it would be great. I don't know if Billy Collins has a New Year's poem, but he's always entertaining for stuff like that. Okay, so we'll do one more. This is one last poem. This is New Year's Day, Billy Collins. Everyone has two birthdays, according to the English essayist Charles Lamb. The day you were born and New Year's Day. A droll observation to mull over as I wait for the tea water to boil in the kitchen. That is, being transformed by the morning light into one of those brilliant rooms of Matisse. No one ever regarded the 1st of January with indifference, writes Lamb. For unlike Groundhog Day or the Feast of the Annunciation, this one marks nothing but the passage of time, I realized, as I lowered a tin diving bell of tea leaves into a little body of roiling water. I admit to regarding my own birthday as a joyous anniversary of my existence, probably because I was and remain to this day, in late December, an only child. And as an only child, a tea-sipping, toast-nibbling only child in a colorful room this morning, I would welcome an extra birthday. One more opportunity to stop what we are doing for a moment and reflect on my being here on Earth. And one more birthday might be a consolation to us for having to face a death day, too, an X in a square on some kitchen calendar of the future, the day when each of us is thrown off the train of time by a burly, heartless conductor as it roars through the months and years, party hats, candles, confetti, and horoscopes billowing up in the turbulent storm of its wake. Okay, so that's Billy Collins offers us a New Year's. Let's see. Thanks for the follow, Slayer Rabbit. Yeah, we should pop back in. Great Bear. Okay, we will. Here, we'll pop back in. We'll do another new run. We will do another Interloper. I'm going to actually hope that we don't get Hush River Valley, because I feel like I always mess up Hush River Valley. There's a few other regions that are pretty terrible for me, but let's see. Though this is, oddly enough, we were not done in by the wolves. So, is it New Year's Eve 2026 or 2025? Okay, we'll probably play for another half an hour, so that's what we'll do. Okay, where are we? Looks suspiciously like Timberwolf Mountain. Yes, indeed. Okay. So bad things could happen here in Timberwolf Mountain. Why? Because we don't have matches. Okay, we need to get our bearings here, figure out where we need to go. For that, I think we have to get even higher. See if we can find the lake. That's not where we want to go. Is it eventually?
Gotta warm up somehow.
This looks bad. Okay.
If I don't warm up.
And blizzard's coming fast, so this is not looking good for us. I think, if I remember correctly, what we're looking at is over here, a cave. Well, let's just hope we don't run into a wolf. Or the bear. And there's the wolf. I think there's a rope here, though. Yeah, this might not be a very long run either. Okay. Yeah, there's all sorts of likely mistakes happening here. This is actually pretty close to the summit, but we are very poorly equipped for doing that. And this way we are almost certainly going to run into a bear or some wolves. There's a cave there. I don't think this is very deep, though. Oh, we might have a warm zone. Might not be warm enough, though. Nope. And there's a wolf. That's not good. Oh, this is going to end badly, isn't it? Unbelievably bad choice. Yeah. So I thought I was in a different location. This is not a good location. What are we doing, Astrid? What are we doing? Why are we doing this to ourselves? We're doing more irresponsible goading. Yes, we are. We are doing more ridiculous goading. Maybe? This is very bad. You may get nothing out of this stream other than my ridiculous goading attempt here. Hopefully this is entertaining for someone. Alright. Folks, don't try this at home. Now, our next step, of course, is to make a run for Mountaineer's hut and hope we don't run into the bear. Once again, let's not run into the bear. We're not carrying any meat on us, so we're at least safe that way. But we still have no fire. And it's turning into a blizzard. Oh, we hear the bear. See if we can at least make it to the fishing hut, right? Let's also hope there's no Timberwolf pack here. See one lone wolf out there. Matches! Well, we're live. Well, that was kind of a fun goat down. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, I think what we're going to do here to wrap up this stream is we're going to escape to Pleasant Valley. Okay, that still works, even with her sprained wrist. Okay, that's good to know. Wolf, of course. We are so low on food. We didn't grab any cattails on the lake. Oh well.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because it really...
So I don't know if this will actually be the start of a new run or not, but did have a pretty cool goat in it. You know, the runs which you kind of view as throwaway runs because they're like, oh, I'm just doing this special run for tonight, or this kind of fun run. You tend to take more risks, like crazy, silly risks that you wouldn't do normally. So.
Oh, so cold. Anything right about now.
Let's get out of here. We could goat this, but we're light enough that we can just use the rope. So we're going to do that. Or we can choose not to because we can't fix our sprained wrist. Okay. Looks like we're goating. I always like to think that this one is... They're both bad. This one's slightly better. Well, there's a bed here, so that is good news for us. So like I said, I don't think I'm going to make it to the full New Year's Eve for here on the West Coast. I'm just wanting to take things a little bit easy since I spent part of the day traveling, part of the day like take care of other things. Still need to... I've done most of the unpacking, but I do need to sort a few things for tomorrow, so... Okay. I was really hoping to find food here. Not so much. Yeah. I'm hoping I'm not coming down with a cold right after my trip. That would suck. But okay. Well, we're alive. We're going to learn our lesson here, or we're going to actually make bandages. Could use a little bit more cloth somewhere. Can't break that down. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap up here. Re-enter, save. Okay, we're going to wrap up here, and we're going to read one more poem for tonight. And we will try our trusty poem chooser, operator. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so this comes from my second book of poetry, Babbage's Dream, published by Sundress Publications in 2017. This poem is called Operator. This is from a series of poems that take their inspiration from programming terms. This is an operator, which operates on a lot of, no pun intended, on a lot of different levels. Operator. Someone receives the call, patches it through to the outside world. Sitting in a small box behind mirrors, he signals a mechanical arm, shifts pieces in the candlelit dimness behind a labyrinth of false gears and pulleys. Elsewhere a head nods, a hand made of wood and metal gestures. The unseen labor of the mind turns over and over until someone new steps in. Here, always a series of workers taking their place between what we want to see and what the machine can give us. This performance, this act that transcends what we think we know about the face of the other. There is no breath here, and yet we listen to its hands spelling out answers to our questions. Even now, we take this word into our ears to mean something else. A cross, a road, a star, a slash that cuts a body into pieces, sometimes a pipe, sometimes a sign that collides two worlds and takes only what is common between them. If not reality, then this shared dream of a body not quite like our own, or a mind, waking, that emerges out of the symphony of steel and brass that somehow begins to sing an old familiar song. So the poem here, Operator, is referencing a few different things. The beginning of the poem kind of is actually a reference to the automaton chess player, the mechanical Turk, in the late 18th century, early 19th century, which was a fake chess-playing automaton. And the secret was there actually was a human being inside of the cabinet that would operate the automaton from within. But it was a very clever setup so that the compartment was sliding and hidden. And used mirrors and a few other tricks to kind of conceal the presence of the human. The human operator on the inside would manipulate, the controls from within to operate the automaton, the robot's arm for moving pieces. And that was actually truly the mechanical marvel, was the engineering into making the prosthetic arm and hands was actually extremely advanced for the time. And the whole thing was partly a vehicle for advertising this particular engineer's skill, his mechanistic skill to do this. But of course, what happens is that the spectacle of the chess-playing robot overshadows the mechanical, expertise. So anyways, the operator here is initially the operator inside the box that operates the Turk. But what the poem is playing with, too, is also this idea of performance. And, one of the larger themes in Babbage's Dream is artificial intelligence. And so really, like the performance of artificial intelligence, the act that transcends what we think we know about the face of the other. So we imagine we understand what intelligence is. We imagine that there is an intelligence on the other end of these algorithms, systems. But in fact, what we really see is what we imagine as opposed to what's actually there. Then the other way that the word operator operates within the poem is if you're talking about computer science or mathematics, when you look at, writing out something as an equation, there are certain parts of the equation, certain symbols, which we refer to as operators, because they allow one variable to operate on another variable. Like, so we have a mathematical notation for like plus. Plus is addition, right? So we know that addition is represented with a plus sign. We know that division is represented with, in computer science and programming, it's usually referred to with a slash. And so then we get the cross, which is the plus, the road, which is a minus sign or a hyphen, a star, which is an asterisk, which is really used very commonly to refer to multiplication, and a slash that cuts the body into pieces is the division sign. A pipe is frequently used to represent the logical OR, and a sign that collides two worlds and only takes what's common between them. That's a long way to basically say the ampersand, which is the logical and. So those things are being referenced and kind of reimagined. Yeah. Anyways, so, and there's also like the very beginning kind of references the old school operator when you dialed 0, reached the operator on a phone line, and they patched you through to someone else. So yeah, so lots of different operators operating within that poem. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year's. See, I'm tired. Happy New Year's to those of you who are experiencing a New Year's. Probably not at the half-hour mark unless you're in Newfoundland, but I think you've already had your New Year's at this point. So barring those with half-hour time zones, happy early New Year's or happy late New Year's. But I am running out of time. My brain is starting to fry, so I think it is good for me to wind down. I don't know if it was a good game. It was entertaining to watch me eaten by a bear and then to perform a ridiculous goat down in Timberwolf Mountain that I would not recommend to anyone. But apparently you can do it, so it has been done. Okay, so we will see you again. I'm not certain about tomorrow. Might be sometime in the daytime. We might start doing some daytime streams. I've got a lot of errands to run tomorrow morning, though, so we will see. But possibly Friday or Saturday. It's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have more time over the next 2 weeks, but I also have a lot of things I have to wrap up in terms of packing and probably selling off furniture and things like that before my move. And then we'll probably experience another few weeks of turmoil where I will probably not be online very much because I will be in transit, moving cross country, and then setting up in a new place. Yeah, and I still don't know if the new place is the old place, like back in Saskatchewan, or if it's new place as in Toronto. So hopefully by the end of next week, I will have clarity on that. But in the meantime, good luck all, and I will try to pop in for some more daytime streams now that I no longer have work. So, yeah. Yeah, hopefully for some good news. Otherwise, it's like back to Saskatchewan, and I have just spent my Christmas break packing up my entire personal library into 39 boxes. And if I don't get the job, it's undecided whether that will have been a waste of time or not. Because I do think that there's still a move coming. I just don't know timing-wise when, if I don't get the job. So it may be worth having everything packed up, but hopefully there's, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy right now. Okay, thank you all. Let us find someone to raid. That is the right thing to do. Support our community. Let's see, who do we have? Okay, so right now, up until Will, Kate, Elder Tick. Who are most of these people? I don't know most of these people. Well, someone else is doing Happy New Year's, so maybe we'll hang out with... Oh, actually, let's see here. Okay, so let's see. We've got some options here. I just don't know. Okay. That's hard to say. I don't see anyone else doing Interloper right now. Those doing Dartwalker. Okay, but this guy does seem fun. We'll do Up Until Will. So. Yeah, let's support someone else, and let's go to Up Until Will. Who does seem to have an awful lot of stuff. I think he might be playing maybe Stalker. We'll see. But we'll hop over there, support, and hang out for a little bit. Thank you all for hanging out with me. We will be over there in a second.